Welcome, Hester.
Hello.
It's good to have you. How are you doing?
Good, very good. And you?
Oh, I'm doing just fantastic.
Wonderful, wonderful.
So, Hester, I'm sure you've heard about the People's Magazine over you and your amazing story.
Oh, yes, I have.
How do you feel about your story being told?
You know, it feels nice to have my story told. What I went through in perspective and how it affected me. Like the humiliation, struggles with Pearl, the scarlet letter.
Oh, for sure. You're a tough lady and managed to get through it.
Yes, I did.
Alright, let's take a look at the People's article over your account of the story. The article written by Joanna Beliza, who's the baby daddy, talks about Hester Prynne, a young Puritan woman who moved to Boston by herself as her husband got caught with problems at sea. Becoming lonely, Hester begins to have an affair with the minister Dimsdale, and now comes a child named Pearl. Pearl lived for 7 years. Alright, so now to gain more intel over this bizarre story, let's bring in our second guest, Dimsdale. Welcome, Dimsdale.
Hello.
Nice to meet you alive.
Likewise.
Minister, you're...
Please call me Dimsdale. I'm not worthy of that title anymore.
And let's take a look at the People's article over your story. In the article, The Deadbeat is actually dead, written by Megan Kenyon. We have the story of the hypocrisy of a certain man, Minister Dimsdale. Dimsdale was a minister of God who had an affair with Hester Prynne, a married woman. Despite Hester admitting her mistake in public because of her pregnancy, Dimsdale backed down and resorted to torturing himself in order to atone for his sin. Instead, suspicions began to arise as Dimsdale begins to act weirdly and becomes to look sicker than he originally was. Dimsdale, how do you feel about your recent entanglement? Why did you never come out with your sin?
Mr. Generous, I don't know if you understand the honor it is to preach for such a wonderful God. To admit my sin was to admit the dirtiness staining on my soul.
But ladies and gentlemen, we only have two sides of a three-sided love triangle.
Wow.
While we can end this lovely story here with the both of you, there just isn't enough of the scandal, not enough betrayals, not enough violence or struggles. This is why I would like everyone to turn to our last guest of the day, Roger Chillingworth.
Oh, Hester, what do I do? He's here, tell me.
Okay, don't worry. Get him out of here.
Literally, why do you want me out? Like, I don't understand. Like, you guys had an affair without me.
Shut up.
I'm the one with money.
Shut up.
Okay.
Alright, settle down,
You want to
please.
start?
Alright, settle down, please.
Fine.
Chillingworth is a guest on my show, and he will be treated like one. Anyways, welcome.
Thank you. Someone with some degenerates here.
Chillingworth, you've gained quite a bit of popularity in Boston as a physician, especially when helping Dimsdale.
Of course.
You seem like such a model citizen.
That is exactly what I am. I work as a physician to help others to make them feel safe and secure. It's why I do what I do.
Well, you say that, but there seems to be a total different view on who you actually are, contrary to what you were saying.
Excuse me, what?
Let's take a look at the People's Magazine article over Roger Chillingworth. It says here, Roger Chillingworth seeks revenge of the man who ruined Hester and his life. We know that you were once the husband of Hester, and maybe when you arrived and saw her with a child not yours, you blew up.
Okay, well, you see, it's not really like a situation that men look to encounter for in the future, to have like an unfaithful wife, like, affair. Anyways, in no situation was I prepared to learn about Hester's unfaithfulness, but I think it is a human feeling to feel hatred to those who had wronged, as long as you don't act on it.
Such a hypocrite.
Okay, now keep them separated. Let's look more into the situation. This article describes you as a reincarnate of Satan, a man unrecognizable from his normal self. Chillingworth has a drive for revenge. That is more than just madness. That your whole purpose at the time was to create a sort of hell for Dimsdale.
Okay, well, that's like totally untrue. I don't know what you're talking about.
You were driven to insanity and madness. Your whole life depended on the torture of Dimsdale. Now, do you feel like you were actually accurately described by this article?
No, absolutely not. I had to control myself, and never did I hurt Dimsdale. The only somewhat violent interaction I've had was with him during the beginning of Hester's humiliation when I found out Dimsdale was a dirty. All I did for exchange was a few 4 little words with some sprinkles on top, and moved on.
You did more than just yell and scream at him. You weakened him, made him feel the opposite of what you should have been doing, which was treating him.
Calm down, woman. I am not so whatever, insane or a deluded person. I am not a monster, and I like to help people. That is my calling.
Well, the article seems to say
The
different
report is
from
saying,
you. You have already told thee what I am, a fiend. Alright, so let's try to make more sense of this situation.
There is no mystery here. This man abused me.
Try not to get too vulgar. I think of it again.
Oh, shut up. The man's fine.
May the Lord forgive you, but I won't. Okay.
Now a word from our sponsors.
Dimsdale, I want to confess that I may have accidentally ruined your life. Well, actually it was intentional, but just don't be mad though. To be honest, I don't understand. My baby mama picked you over me. Well, you know what I'm trying to say. To be frank, you look like something scraped off of my shoe, or a kid drew you from memory. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be mean, but you went and died, and my heart aches to destroy another life. And the song is to let you know I miss staring at you while you were sleeping, knowing your secrets and tearing you open. God, I wish that you had thought this through. I wanted my revenge on you.